a big knockout guy, but I thought he put punches together well and landed a beautiful uppercut that Lampley could have had a lot of fun with. But instead, he's talking about CompuBox numbers when you know when the punch landed. Amazing. So, it is what it is. And as we move on and close the show, obviously, I already talked about the Boxino stuff. I expect to see two solid fights there. I think Petrov and Kokomo have a chance to be a really exciting war. I don't think it has a chance of taking over Matisse and Molina as fight of the year, but it could certainly give it a run for its money if it goes the way I think. And obviously, you got Adonis Stevenson showcase Saturday night against Andres Fonfara, and again we have this unfortunate situation with now Stevenson under the Al Heyman umbrella. Totally, for the moment anyway, kills any big fight with Sergey Kovalov, the biggest fight out there in that division. We're being cheated out of that because of this nonsense and boxing fans, and I think the reason why this is accepted by a lot of boxing fans is because Floyd Mayweather is one of the biggest culprits in it, and is one of the biggest shrapnels, if you will, of it, because of this stupid Cold War is the reason why we didn't. And I'm not blaming Mayweather totally, and I actually probably don't believe it. I actually am I'm not a big fan of either guy, but I'm more of a fan of Mayweather than Pacquiao, so hold all your Pac-Tard rants my way. I'm not a Pacquiao fan at all. But I think it's because people love, and Pacquiao as well. It's both sides. Both of those fans are the most delusional people I've ever met in my life, and I think that's the reason why they put up with it. They just can't do anything to say anything critical about Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao, and the fact that this Cold War and these promoters are holding up this fight and have held this fight, and we will never get to see this fight, is a tremendous crime. I mean, it's the equation of Pernell Whitaker never fighting Julio Cesar Chavez, Sugar Ray Leonard never fighting Thomas Hearns, Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier never fighting. It's the equation of that. And if that happened back then, we would have never stood for it. But we stand for it now because we have these groupies on both sides that will not rebel against them at all. No matter what Manny Pacquiao can get knocked out cold with one punch, and people still feel he's better than Manuel Marquez. It's incredible. And the fact that the first thing that the Mayweather fans say after Pacquiao signs his extension with Top Rank is, you see, he's ducking him. I mean, come on, both guys have a blame here. Obviously, the promotional companies have a lot of blame, but it's all big one shit sandwich, and everybody has to take a bite of it. But until the fans of Mayweather and the fans of Pacquiao want to do something about it, it's going to trickle down. And now it's trickling down to us not getting to see Stevenson and Kovalov, and who knows what else is on the horizon. And it's just a big shit show, and you could say whatever you want about Don King, but this never went on during his watch. He knew the importance of making these fights and the money to be made for these fights, and this kind of garbage didn't go on. Al Heyman, Tom Rank, all a bunch of jokes as far as I'm concerned. And Mayweather and Pacquiao have the power to make it happen. They're that powerful, and they won't do it. But having said that, looking forward to the fights this weekend. And remember, follow me on Twitter at Zoots Fight Talk. Go to iTunes and subscribe to the show. Special thanks to Willie Monroe Jr. and Noemi Bosquez. Great straight talk from them. And we'll be back on the air sometime next week, hopefully Wednesday. I'm trying to give as a consistent time and date as possible, but with my schedule and with the schedule of fighters, and the fact that Blog Talk Radio doesn't allow you to schedule shows in prime time anymore unless you up your package, and I can barely afford the package I have now. So it's kind of hard to be consistent. I try. I put all this stuff up again, and hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and we'll be back soon. And until again, ring the bell.